This tool has helped me to reach my clients. It has helped me to move my equipment from one place to another. I'm shooting videos, I'm doing photography and all of that, and I'm carrying a lot of heavy load and equipment and stuff like that. I'm talking about the Nissan 1997 Pathfinder, the Nissan Pathfinder generally, and my version is the 1997 model. It's over 20 years old, and I'm still using it. It's probably a vehicle most people are not using. All right, so this is the Nissan Pathfinder 1997 model. Yeah, the front doesn't look like the 1997 model because this front has been upgraded to the 1999-2000 front, and I did the same for the lights at the back. I actually did the upgrade, but I bought it upgraded, the front upgraded to 1999-2000. It's popularly called the Nissan R50, and this is a vehicle that I've been using for all my shoots, for all my jobs, for all my moving around. This car is basically a unibody SUV. It has a rear wheel differential, and it has that stuff at the bottom. So it's like a full 4-wheel drive vehicle, and it also has an auxiliary gear. You can change to 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, high or low, and all of those things. So it's really kind of like an off-road kind of thing. But it's also an underpowered vehicle, because this vehicle comes with the VG33E Nissan engine, which is about 460 something horsepower, which is not a lot of horsepower in today's terms. The 2003 2004 model has the VQ 35E model, which is I think over 200 horsepower or something like that. So it's not really a very powerful vehicle when it comes to the engine. However, this doesn't mean that it doesn't do the job. I've taken this vehicle through a lot, and it has never disappointed. I take it somewhere where regular cars can't go, and I'm able to come back without any issues. So when I got this car, it was pretty much in not a very good shape, so I had to do some work on it. I'll show you pictures of the before of the car. I did some little paint jobs at the beginning, but the majority of the work I did was actually on the engine, and I would show you the engine. Yeah, this is the VG33E engine, and it's a full iron cast engine. People call this the bulletproof Nissan engine because it can take a beating. You can use it up to oblivion and have no issues with it. However, it's not a very efficient engine. It takes a lot of fuel, which is kind of like the first thing why people don't use this kind of vehicle in this part of the world. This vehicle sucks fuel. It does about 10 to 11 miles per gallon now. When the vehicle is new, it does about maybe like 15, 16 miles per gallon, which is not really good. But now it does about 10 to 11. And this engine is a timing belt engine. And because of that, you have to do your maintenances as regular as possible, because you don't want the timing belt to get caught on you when you're on a long journey. Once the vehicle stops and the timing belt cuts, there's nothing you can do. You just have to fix it. And with the way Nissan arranges their engine, they do not do it like Toyota and other vehicles that you can easily do repairs and all of that. The repairs on this vehicle can sometimes be very, very, very frustrating, because the timing belt is somewhere here, and look at the position somewhere there. You have to remove everything here before you can get to the timing belt. It's a lot of work, and most vehicles today are not designed like that. Things like belt changes are in a place you can easily access, and those are one of the gripes I have with this vehicle. I did a lot of work. They literally brought out the engine, repaired the engine seat, changed the master brake and all of that. I did the power steering. I even bought a new battery. In fact, I just recently replaced this battery into a brand new battery. And this is the radiator. This is not the radiator that comes with it. This is actually an aftermarket, but it's a very reliable, a very good one. I changed the fan too. A little of changes, changed this hose because it was leaking air and all of that. And it has served me well so far. Yeah, so this is the interior of this vehicle. And I did quite some work on this vehicle. Not quite some work actually. I take that back, but some significant work anyway. So you can see the seats, these are leather seats. So these are actually leather cover seats, but they did a very good job, you know, of making the vehicle look kind of like new. This is the gear shifter. We have the auxiliary gear here, which actually disconnected because it wasn't, you know, it was giving me issues. So this vehicle is actually on a permanent 4-high, so all 4 tires are actually working. It's permanent 4-wheel drive, and it has the, you know, good old handbrake, which works perfectly. And we don't have so much of space and all of that. This is actually a siren, which I got from the previous owner, who was a paramilitary person. And then of course I changed the head units. This is an Android, just to have some modern experience. I also worked on the speakers. I have new speakers. All the, those are the tweeters, and then we have speakers. We also have speakers at the back, and I did all that work and everything. And if I put on the vehicle, I also did some work on the antenna. This antenna was like kind of like a thing back in the day, you know, you switch on your engine and then the antenna comes on. But for me, I put it to a physical button here, so I can actually put it on and off here. So I can actually put it off, and then the thing goes back off by itself. We also have the sunroof, the good old sunroof, and even though really it doesn't work, this is the only thing that I put on to allow maybe just light coming. It doesn't work. I've sealed the whole thing and I don't use it anymore. And then we have compass. We have this thing about, you know, remote to enter your house or something like that. And then I put this wallet here to keep stuff, because this is actually worn out. Everything is cut and everything, so I had to put that there. And what else? This is the back. I also changed the seats. There's also leather cover seats for the back, and they have cushion. And I also changed the floor mats, put new floor mats there, and all of that. And I think that's pretty much the majority of what I worked on. I did some mechanical changes at the back, did the lights, did cabin lights and all of that. So talking about the drive experience of this vehicle, the drive experience isn't really all that fantastic. It's not, like I said, it's an underpowered vehicle, you understand. It's a big engine, but grossly underpowered. So it's not really exciting to drive around. It's just there, nothing too special. Like I said, it's not a popular choice in this part of the world. The Nissan Pathfinder, we have better cars now, so this is not something a first car owner should have. So if you're a first car owner, probably you want something that is more efficient, more easy to work with, more easy to do maintenance and all of that. This might give you, you know, quite some challenge. You become friends with the mechanic if you do not do your maintenance very well. But for me, the experience hasn't been all that bad. And let's really talk about the tires first. So these are brand new tires. I got them brand new. This is Austin all-terrain tires. And ever since I got these tires, I've had zero issues with tires. I've not for once had to, you know, fix tires because of picking up nail or anything anyway. They're tubeless, but they work perfectly well. They've taken me everywhere and the experience is quite good. The one I have at the back too, brand new Linglong tires, also all-terrain tires. And actually these tires are not the actual specification. Now, just talking about tires picking up stuff, I just saw nail on this tire, but it still looks fine. But that's fine. These tires are a bit wider than this actual specification for this vehicle. These are 255. The width is 255. The specification for this vehicle is actually 235. So it's a bit wide, but it helps me with traction on the road. So I have zero issues with traction. Looking at the back of the vehicle, these are not the tail lights that come with it. So I actually upgraded to the 2002, 2003 tail lights. And every other thing remains as it is on the 97 model. You can open this hatch, which is not something that is very common in cars nowadays. Let me try and open it for you to see. So if I do this, comes up, and then so while this might not be something many people need, but if you're going camping and stuff like that, this is a very useful feature. For me, I tend to use it to, probably if I'm shooting on the road and I'm doing a car scene, I can actually load my camera equipment here and shoot from here for a car scene. So it's a very useful feature for me. So what do I think about this vehicle? It's over 20 years old. It's not new. While old vehicles have their advantages, they are not as worrisome in some aspects as newer vehicles that we have. Electrical issues are almost no problem on this vehicle. Is this something one can buy in 2026? Just today, basically. Well, I would say it depends on what you want. Is it a good buy? I'll say yes and no. Yes, because it does all what it's meant to do. It's an SUV, though it's unibody, not body on frame, but it works like a body on frame vehicle. It goes anywhere. This vehicle can go anywhere. You understand? With the tires I have on it, it does perfectly well. You understand? But just the gripes of the fact that it's not really exciting. It drives like a truck, like you are driving a truck. The steering feel is not all that fantastic, The response is just what you are feeling on the road, basically. And if you don't have good shocks, oh boy, you really feel driving on the road. And aside from the gripes of the fact that it takes a lot of fuel, and then the engine is old, you have to do your maintenance, then the fact that you also have to do your timing belt checks, things like that, it might not be a popular choice. We have better cars now that you can use, especially if you're a first car owner. This might not be a good choice. If you're a car enthusiast, this might be something you might like. Now the engine is old. Look at the mileage. It's around 360,000 for the mileage, so it's actually very old, very, very old. So it's 360,000, but still working. And actually, I'm having significant engine knocks in the engine right now. So the engine actually needs a lot to be changed. I've been using it that way, even with the engine knocks, and the engine still goes, but I actually need to change it, and that's something I'm saving for. I think I want to stick with it for a while. Maybe at the end of the day, I might retire it or sell it. Maybe I'll sell it for parts, I don't know. Or maybe I'll keep it and keep using it, I don't know. But I think I still want to keep this car. This car has helped me clinch some good jobs and helped me achieve what I want to achieve with my work. So I think it's a good one. What do you think about this vehicle? Are you in Nigeria? What's the experience with this vehicle? People don't like Nissan, especially Murano, but I think this vehicle is not bad. What do you think about it? You can let me know in the comment section.